Hello, my fellow Retrotopians, and welcome to episode 124 of the podcast where we are talking True Lies. Finally! Sam here, and thanks everyone for your patience on this one. I know we did have to reschedule this one to a later slot in our series. We all played it, I think, towards the tail end of last year. I think I remember, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe we played this around Thanksgiving or between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and had to move it back. But that's okay. Or maybe it was even earlier. I don't know. Man, it feels like it's been a while. But anyways, I'm glad we're finally getting around to it. Thank you for your patience if you were looking forward to this one. I know some of you were. But this allowed us to take our time with it a little bit and give it the attention that it deserved, I think. You know, we gave the movie a rewatch in the meantime. All of us did, and we talk a fair amount about that. So enjoy it. But for now, let's talk about where you can find us. You can find us over at linktree/Retrotopia. That's linktr.ee/Retrotopia. You can find the socials, the Discord. Join it. It's free. You don't even have to be a patron. Just do it. It's fun. Not to mention the Patreon. There's lots of goodies coming. I mentioned it on the last intro that I did, but it's actually recorded in the bank right now. We've got the DK Bonanza episode. I believe Brian may have already done the Clear Obscure episode. I gotta go back and listen. So that I was looking forward to because I am interested in Clear Obscure. It seems like a lot of members of our listening community are enjoying it as well. So, and then Metroid Prime 4 will be coming at some point. And then we've got some ideas for some other stuff down the line. So you get quick plays over there, all kinds of stuff for the low price of just $2 American per month. And speaking of which, we have not one but two new patrons this year, plural, this year. Well, it is the beginning of the year. It's only February right now as I'm recording this, but two new patrons. Incredible. So Ryan S., welcome. I'm not sure if you want me to use, just in general, I don't know if people want me to use full last names when they sign up. So I'll keep your identity secret. So Ryan S., welcome. And Isaiah, welcome, guys. Truly, we are humbled when new folks join. Especially when it's not like we're kind of getting past the point where, you know, like our friends and, you know, previous acquaintances will join and stuff. And it's like, yeah, of course that's awesome. We want you guys, but we want new folks too. So, you know, if you haven't already and you are curious, why don't you join our Discord and hang out, chat with us. We'll chat with you. It's a good time over there. And then one last plug is for the merch. I mentioned it last time, but we have that new Cool Borders inspired design. I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I got it on a tie-dye t-shirt and it's one of my favorite shirts right now. Cool Border guy having a little fart because we all thought that game was kind of shit. And you know, whatever. We acknowledge that maybe we weren't playing it correctly or that it just hasn't aged, but whew, what a stinker. Yeah, so the Retrotopia inspired Cool Border shirt, it looks excellent. And we got some more stuff coming down the pipe that I'm really excited about that we will announce when it's ready. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get to the comments, the general comments section, the 9-bit banter box. And sorry, did I mention it's culturally relevant or culturally elegant? That's the word. It's relevant and elegant. It's relegant. So the first comment comes from Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, who says, how would you save the Xbox brand? Good Lord, man. How much time you got? So I had some thoughts, and I jotted them down here. I would say... well, yeah. Well, let's. I'm trying to like think of how best to go about this. I did write notes, and then I looked at it. And I'm like, oh god. Well, whatever. Let's take this one idea at a time. First of all, if if Xbox as a console or as a brand truly does go away and just kind of becomes this floating amorphous subscription gaming service, talking Game Pass here, I think this is truly a business case, especially if we still have consoles, years to come, which I think we will. I think there's a spot for consoles. People like their consoles. You've got Nintendo and PlayStation, going strong. So I think as long as we continue to have consoles that are successful, it truly will become a business case that people will be talking about for years. Like, how did you have something that was such a meteoric success back in the early 2000s and fizzle out, within a few generations like this? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it can be saved. They had the backing of Microsoft, which is, I think, a larger company than Sony, certainly a larger company than Nintendo. How? I mean, I understand that not all of Microsoft's money is necessarily pumped into saving the Xbox if it starts to trend down. I understand that it's not that simple, but man, I mean, they were buying up developers left and right, and they still cannot release a competent exclusive game. Just absolutely ridiculous. And I feel really sorry for fans of the Xbox and the system in general. Like, if that's your system and that's kind of your ride or die, that hurts, man. That'd be like, Nintendo stumbling and then, slowly declining over years and then finally just saying, all right, that's it. I mean, you would argue that Sega's demise in the console market was kind of sudden because they had the Dreamcast, and I think it at least started out highly anticipated and relatively successful, and it had problems of its own, and that was kind of a sudden thing. This has just been a slow, long, agonizing death. I mean, the only way that I can think of, and this might not be the most creative response to this question, is just to get that killer exclusive game, and they burned all their goodwill. I mean, they came out with Redfall, and that game by all accounts sucked. They had Starfield, and I think it's a decent game from what I heard, but not, it didn't move the needle really. It didn't save anything. I mean, people played Starfield, but I think there were problems with it out of the gate. And then, what was Hi-Fi Rush? One of them, but that wasn't truly a, major AAA. I mean, it wasn't I get the impression that wasn't, like a full, maybe it was a full-length game, but I don't know. Like, that one did really well, and then I think they just didn't support it. Like, it was almost like it didn't happen. It was like, look, you kind of had a success there, and then you just kind of let it fizzle. I don't know. I appreciate that they make their games available on PC, and eventually a lot of it makes it to PlayStation, Steam, or Switch. But it also kind of hurts them as a brand. Like, you don't have an identity if you're constantly just kind of throwing everything out there. Nintendo has an identity because you can play the Mario games only on a Nintendo system, and that's kind of their thing. I mean, even PlayStation has an identity. Eventually some of those games like your Horizons and God of War, I don't know if God of War is, but like some of those games, Last of Us, do make their way to PC eventually, but it's not like right away, and they are good games. That's the other thing, is like they live on the PlayStation for the amount of time that they need to, and they do well. They make their money. I mean, maybe we're just edging toward a post-exclusivity era. It might just end up being, Microsoft may be kind of ahead of the curve as, some of this stuff just kind of becomes, out there and playable however you want to play it. It might just be kind of the first domino to fall. Who knows? Oh man, good question. I think I went really long on that. So that'd be a good topic actually for Retro Bites Neo. Let Joe and Brian chew on that one. But anyways, good question, man. And then we have another Xbox question coming down the line. So I don't know if I addressed it there, but whatever. I'll elaborate even more. You'll get more Xbox talk out of me coming down the line here. Brother Retro says, Samuel McDaniel. I'll keep it nice and simple. Favorite Arnold movie of all time? I'm a big fan of his action hits, but I gotta go Jingle All the Way. That's an interesting choice. It is a good movie. It's in my top 3 Christmas movies, so it wins by default. Okay, so you're saying if it's a top 3 Christmas movie, it's like a top movie all time for you, because then, yeah, that's saying something. Well, you'll have to listen to the whole episode to find out what my under the radar favorite is. We all picked our favorite Arnie movie when we're giving our scores for the game, but man, Terminator 1 and 2 and Predator are just fucking masterpieces of sci-fi action, and I think Terminator 2 is as good a movie as any other toe-to-toe, just all time. So I mean, Terminator 2 is an all-timer. I love that movie. I mean, I love the first one, but the second one, it's like Terminator 2 is like it just takes one and does it even better. You know, like you get you get like liquid metal Terminator, and oh god, it's just so good. So yeah, Terminator 2, I'd say. All right, Shane's World. Okay, we're back to Xbox. Do you see Xbox doing a Sega and completely going third party, abandoning consoles altogether? Yeah. I guess this kind of is more specific to like game development, but it's different. Like Sega was a gaming company. You know, they made consoles obviously, and arcade. You know, they're big in arcades and stuff. But they also were, you know, like there was Sega of America, and Sega made games. Xbox itself and Microsoft as a brand, I mean, they used to more, but, you know, Xbox is now more like or Microsoft in general, just more like a conglomerate of different companies that they've bought up. So, like, yeah, those companies will continue, I guess, and then just kind of funnel up through Microsoft. So yeah, I think that's the way it's going to go. And they've been, you know, like I said before, they've been trending in that Game Pass direction for a lot of years with stuff available day one, and, you know, Game Pass available on all kinds of devices. Like you can get PC Game Pass, you can get it on those like PC handhelds like Rogue Ally, etc., etc. I think even some phones, you get Game Pass on your phone. I might be talking out of my ass, but like if you have an Android phone, or like a Windows phone, you get Game Pass on there, I would think. I don't know, whatever. I'm just interested to see if anyone steps into that space that's left behind. That's something I didn't really mention before. Like, do we have a return of Sega? That'd be sick. But I think they'll just bow out, and maybe PlayStation would be the next one to go then. You know, if the trend just kind of slowly continues over time. If physical games are on the decline, unless they're, you know, limited editions, or, you know, just some, you know, even the new Switch generation, some of those games are just kind of like game card only with downloads. So it's really kind of not a physical game at all. And the console hardware is expensive to produce, and subject to chip shortages and all kinds of, like, you know, with the, you know, between COVID and now we got tariffs and all kinds of weird shit. Like, it's hard to make consoles and ship them out. That's annoying for companies. So if you could just, you know, focus on running studios that make games and just kind of sit back and feed them into your subscription service and make money and not have to worry about the hardware, let other people fucking do that, then I guess more power to them. But, oh man. I mean, I guess Microsoft Microsoft makes the operating systems of PCs, but they don't, to my knowledge, I mean, maybe in a limited amount, but like when you have a Windows PC, it's like, it's a Dell or it's a Hewlett Packard or, I don't know, Chromebook makes their own. Chromebooks suck. But anyways, like, yeah, or, you know, Gateway. God, that's an old name, right? Or Compaq. You know what I mean? Like, Microsoft is not the ones making the hardware, so it's kind of odd that they're in the console market making hardware. I'm sure they've been wanting to get out for years. Who knows? I don't know. Now I'm just speculating. Let's thank you. Thanks for all the, I mean, man, you're throwing Xbox questions at me. I've never owned it. I had a 360 for briefly, but I'm not an Xbox guy. All right, the big deal says, it amazes me that Calvin and Hobbes has never been adapted to another medium. If given the power, would you adapt it as a cartoon, live action show, movie, or video game? Give me your pitch for what one or all of these may look like. Man, what a great question. I fucking love Calvin and Hobbes. I think a live action would be a lot of fun. You need a really, really fucking good kid actor to be Calvin. You could make, some like asshole kid that isn't funny and whatever. Like you need a really like worldly, intelligent kid to be Calvin, because I mean he punches above his intellectual weight all the time. So I don't know if a live action would really, really work. But if it did, like, it'd have to be kind of something like Ted, right? Like, I think Ted is kind of almost inspired by Calvin and Hobbes anyways. That movie's hilarious. But I think I'd prefer an animated movie, like in the Peanuts movie style. God, man. Peanuts movie and Peabody and Sherman. Those are two movies that came out in the 2010s that are seriously underrated. Those are great movies. This could be done. I think this would, who knows, maybe. I mean, we've had Garfield movies. We've had, did they make Marmaduke or Heathcliff? Or am I making that up? I don't know. But no, they could do it. And I think it would be cool. That Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, or kind of like K-pop Demon Hunters had that style that kind of like, it almost looks stop motion-y. You know what I mean? It's a little glitchy, not glitchy. I don't even know. I can't find the words. Maybe it's too late at night for me to be thinking. But yeah, no. Or Turtles, that Turtles movie, that would be cool. That kind of style. Give me that. And then I think the ship has sailed on a proper video game adaptation for Calvin and Hobbes, but I think it would have needed to have happened already. But a 16-bit side scroller where you play as Calvin, and then you're like carrying around Hobbes, or you have Hobbes as like maybe like an optional power up, and then you enter like imagination zones where you can play as Hobbes, and then like the tiger comes to life. That'd be fucking cool. Great question. I love Calvin and Hobbes. All right, Jam Sandwich Yoshi says, what Lego food truck do we as a society need? Dude, I'm not sure if this is a typo or if I understand the question, but I'm going to answer this two ways. I'm going to answer this however I feel like, and I hope it's what you're asking. I've seen some cool food trucks. There's a really good grilled cheese truck around here that makes goat cheese, fig jam, and bacon sandwiches, and they're so good. You know what would be a good one? I'd take like a fusion truck that makes different kinds of samosas, like your classic samosa, and then maybe like, I don't know, like taco samosas or like Italian samosas, like mix it up with a bunch of different stuff. I don't know, those are fun. I like samosas in general. Or pasties. My God, I read it as pasties. I'm such a fucking idiot. Pasties. My upper Midwest friends know what I'm talking about. The meat pies, pasties, rutabaga, ground beef, potato, carrots, whatever's in pasties. They're so good. I'd take a pasties food truck. I mean, you get like empanadas out of a food truck. Pasties are basically empanadas. And then French food trucks, like French street food, steak frite. It's like you take a whole loaf of French bread, and then you just like cut it down the middle like hot dog style, and you stuff it with like bits of like grilled ground beef and like hamburger, like little pieces of hamburger that are grilled up, and then French fries and ketchup, or like sometimes you put different cheeses in there, different sauces. Oh, that's good. That's like, you eat that, you're good for like 6 days. Oh man, that's a lot of carbs and a lot of grease. Steak frite, those are so good. Okay, and Lego. I don't know if you meant to put Lego, but now I'm thinking about Legos and Lego food trucks. If they did like I just would build like a taco truck kit. Like how they have the Lego City. I don't even know if that's what that set is called, but the taco truck. Just give me a taco truck kit. That'd be fun. But if it's like a specialized one, I think a Bob's Burgers Lego kit with the food truck that he gets when they do the episode where he goes to food festivals. That'd be fun. So yeah, that's it. Also, I just thought of this. What if you had a truck that just sold Lego kits out of it, like a roving library? They have like bookmobiles. It'd be like a Lego mobile. Playmobil. That's fun too. Those are fun. All right. Thank you. I wasn't sure how to dissect that question, but I hope I answered it. King Huli III says, Super Saiyan Sam, what is a game you love that is not well received overall? This was a tough one because I think there's more games that are well received that I don't like BioShock. And Far Cry. Yeah, I could think of a bunch of those. But everyone has those games that they had and just played over and over. In my game, we already covered it. Ren and Stimpy, Stimpy's Invention. And I just got I think it was through Limited Run. I got the set that has all the extra goodies in it. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. But I also think, I don't think Wayne's World on the Game Boy is that bad. I played the Super Nintendo one. I emulated it not too long ago, and it is ass. And I didn't think the Game Boy one was that bad. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't remember it right. But yeah, the Game Boy Wayne's World, not too bad. Oh, but here's another good one that I don't think a lot of people have played this or remember this, but there was a Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring game on PS2 that I had when I was in high school, and it was not affiliated with the movie franchise at all, and I was really fucking confused by it when I first played it. I'm like, why do the characters look fucking weird? It's based on the book, and it was endorsed by the Tolkien estate, but it got totally fucking ragged on. Like, people hated this game, and I think it was because like the movie fever was at such a high pitch, and we didn't have a good proper Lord of the Rings game until EA started making them like a couple years later. But this was the Lord of the Rings game at the time. And it was definitely just based on the books and not the movie at all. I gotta find a copy of that at some point because it's not as bad as it's reviewed as, unless I'm remembering it wrong. And it came with a poster. I had the poster, Lord of the Rings kick-ass poster in my room in high school. So yeah, that was not a bad game. Lord of the Rings, PS2. Check it out if you can find it. All right. Fill Up My Mouth with Fart says, in the spirit of this week's game, I challenge you to name one movie from the 80s and 90s that would not be improved by casting our favorite Austrian, Arnold Schwarzenegger, in any role. Oh man, we talk about it a bit. But Arnie was in so much stuff in the 80s and 90s. It's crazy. But you know what the problem is Arnie's not a supporting guy. You put Arnie in something and he is your main guy. He's your main actor, or at best he's like a tandem with like Sinbad and Jingle All the Way, or like a Danny DeVito, or Tom Arnold supports in True Lies. He's not really a tandem. It's all Arnie. If anything, Jamie Lee Curtis is the tandem on that. But yeah, like Arnold Schwarzenegger is a main character for sure. So I think there's a lot of stuff you throw him in and he overpowers it, or it becomes all about Arnie and it wouldn't work. Like Star Wars. You can't just throw Arnie in Star Wars and then make it better. I don't think. I mean, I think he could work as a character, but I don't know. I think he gives off like that just kind of leading man energy that I don't think works in supporting roles. Western? I don't buy him in a Western. That wouldn't work. Yeah, the accent, like I can buy the accent in so much as I suspend disbelief, and it's like, yeah, this random suburban neighborhood has like this jacked Austrian dude, and everyone's just like, yeah, he's just a regular guy. But in a Western, like, it would be really out of place because there weren't that many Austrians just like kicking around. And I mean, there aren't that many Austrians just kicking around the United States now. So yeah, it'd be really out of place. But in general, though, he's great. So are all his movies. He's really versatile. So I don't know. He's great. I don't know. He doesn't necessarily add anything to a lot of stuff, though. I'm going to disagree with you there. All right. Logan, aka Unbuckled Cape, from the Unbuckled Comics and Youthful Faith podcast says, Dear Sam, a buddy of mine has brought it to my attention that in Bub and Dub's lifetime, those are his small children, USA has never lost an Olympic hockey match in men's and women's ice hockey, mainly due to them being younger than 4 years old. Can I get a rousing USA, 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 followed by an eagle screech, or rambunctious 10-second rendition of Freebird? Oh man, a 10-second rendition of Freebird is just the whole 10 minutes of Freebird condensed into 10 seconds, and I don't know what that sounds like. But man, I will say, really impressive run by both teams. The women were dominant, just flat out dominant, and now it's cool to see Layla Edwards and Carolyn Harvey and Ava McNaughton and Kirsten Sims it is, return to my alma mater, Wisconsin, and compete for the WCHA title and national championship. Humble brag. They're doing fantastic. That's cool, man. What a year if they would win the gold medal and then Wisconsin would win the national championship in women's hockey. Woo! The men's team also played very well, but man, they got some insane puck luck in that gold medal match. They really fucking stole that. So good game, Canada. You really should have won. I will say that. Just insane goaltending from Hellebuck, and it's kind of funny because I watched the Ducks game this past week where they played the Jets, and it's like, oh my god, the Ducks put up more goals on Hellebuck than the Canadians did. They scored like 5. But it's poetic that both gold medal games came down to the wire and were won in overtime, and just a cool moment to have them both win. Man, we've been treated to some really fucking great USA-Canada hockey games the last 2 years running with the Four Nations and the Olympics, and I really hope that this creates more of a lasting buzz for hockey in the United States. You know, it's already like fairly popular, but it's not to the extent that it is in Canada for sure. And you know, we need more international play like this and more spotlight on tournaments like this. Like I'd love to see the World Juniors get more press in the United States. I hope that the NHL continues to do the Four Nations because that was a lot of fun. We're just going to get treated to really great hockey if we continue to, you know, do stuff like this. So really cool. Great game. Like Canada, it's rough. You know, man, as a Ducks fan, I would say like I've watched them win games that they should not have won while they were bad. Way more often than, you know, whatever. You know, anytime you're bad, you're not a good team and you win, it's usually because you kind of stole one. And Brian edits these, so I'm going to go ahead and doubt that any Freebird gets inserted in here. Anyways, thank you. Sorry, this is getting really long. So let me get this wrapped up quick because those were some long answers that I gave. So we're going to get into choose one, lose one.
Ladies and gentlemen, roll up and choose your power-up from the game of the week. You pick a power, we pick a consequence. It's choose one, lose one, the game where everyone's a loser.
All right, we're going to do these rapid fire style so I kind of make up some time because I feel bad that this is such a long intro. I talked about Xbox way too much. All right, first of all, Jam Sandwich Yoshi says, I want to be Han Solo. Well, I'm going to allow it. You can be Han Solo, but I'm going to give you the ability to think of the right movie. Were you maybe thinking of Fugitive or Air Force One? I don't know. Brother Retro says, give me that Turbo Man suit. It's not True Lies, but it's all about Arnold here, right? That's true. And cool, it's yours. You can have the Turbo Man suit, but it chafes your taint. All right. Big Deal says, I remember in the mid-2000s, me and my friends came across an Arnold soundboard full of some of the best and most random quotes and used it to make prank calls to businesses. There was also a Jack Black soundboard that was just clips from the first Tenacious D album. We prank call restaurants to order food. Give me 4 chicken McNuggets and shove the other 2 up your ass. My wish is to go back to a simpler time when the world was slightly less fucked up than it is now. First of all, I love those soundboards. We also played with those as young shitheads. Okay, sorry, this answer is going to be so sad and dark, but you can go back to a simpler time, but with the knowledge of what's coming, and there's no way to do anything about it as time advances. Right. King Huli III says, I would like to have major muscles, a sexy accent, and run California. Well, guess what? You can have the tone, but not the bulk. You get a funny accent, and you can run New Jersey. Philip Mouth with Fart says, I want the ability to come up with the perfect one-liner for every situation that comes my way, just like Arnold. Granted, however, anytime you say a one-liner, you have an over-the-top Austrian accent, and in all other situations, you just sound like your normal self. So anytime you say something clever, you sound like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious says, I would like the ability to get pregnant as a dude. I was like, I read this and I was like, what the fuck? And then I remembered that's the plot of the movie Junior. What a fucking weird movie. Oh, they just don't make them like that anymore. You probably could, if you wanted to with modern science. Okay, well, all jokes aside, you can get pregnant as a dude, but the baby comes out as a little version of a fully grown foul-mouthed Danny DeVito. He just comes out like, ow, fuck you. Anyways, that'd be funny. All right, thanks everyone for playing, and now let's turn it over to Alan for this week's Gentleman's Interlude.
Alright, listen carefully. You remember the movie True Lies from 1994? Big explosions, terrorists, secret missions, and me saving the world while pretending to sell computers. Now imagine taking all of that action and putting it in your Sega Mega Drive. That's exactly what the video game True Lies does. Let me tell you, it's not a kindergarten picnic. It's a full-on action workout for your thumbs. The game True Lies was developed by Beam Software, the Australian studio known for creating technically impressive titles during the 16-bit era. It was published by Acclaim Entertainment, with its label LJN associated with some console releases. The game arrived shortly after the hit film True Lies, starring myself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Jamie Lee Curtis. The video game first launched in North America in August 1994 for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, with the Sega Mega Drive version following in 1995. Now here's where the fun begins. You play as Harry Tasker, that's me, a top secret agent fighting the terrorist group Crimson Jihad. From the moment the mission starts, it's non-stop action. You're moving to embassies, laboratories, warehouses, basically every place bad guys like to hide. And believe me, they're everywhere. The game uses a top-down perspective and fast run-and-gun gameplay. Players move through large levels, completing objectives like rescuing hostages, finding key cards, planting explosives, and stopping nuclear threats. Weapons include pistols, machine guns, flamethrowers, shotguns, and grenades. Harry can also perform a forward roll to dodge enemy fire. That move is very important, because when the bullets start flying, you don't just stand there like a statue. You dive, you roll, you survive. But there's a catch. Civilians appear on the levels. If you start blasting innocent people, the mission is over. Even secret agents have rules. So load up True Lies on the Mega Drive, save the hostages, stop the terrorists, and remember, if the mission gets tough, don't worry. The action hero always comes back. I'll be back.
Alright, thank you for that, Gentleman's Interlude, Alan. As always, so informative and entertaining. Now let's hear from our community. We got some comments this week on True Lies, the game and the movie. So let's start it out with Brother Retro, who says, never seen the movie, never played the game, but it doesn't stop me from being excited about hearing you sweet boys talk about it. Let's go. Thank you, man. This one's a long one. Randy from Read Watch Play. I knew you would not disappoint because you love this movie and this game. So here you go. I'm going to read your whole dissertation. I could wax poetic about the nostalgic ties I have to this game, but I'm most interested to hear others' perspective on it. Simply put, this game means a lot to me and my childhood. I know it inside and out. If I'm being objective as possible, I'd say this is a pretty excellent licensed game, but just a pretty good video game. Not just a good licensed game, but it is a good video game, I think is what you're saying. I find True Lies looks really great on the Genesis, and even the gameplay is quite tight. I think the level design is interesting for the most part, and I like the strategy of what weapons to use when, as sometimes ammo can be scarce, and you don't want to find yourself in a boss fight with only the pistol. The game does get pretty challenging. I find in the later levels, and even as a kid, the park level early on used to give me some grief. My biggest frustration was always shooting accurately on a diagonal line and wasting ammo when I was not successful at this. The 6-button Genesis controller was a huge improvement for this game. It made diving shoulder roll much easier, and also the lock position for aiming that allows you to fire in different directions than you were moving. Always struggled with those when I used the 3-button controller. Overall, the game has some flaws, no doubt, and the password save system can be annoying, but fuck me, I still love this game to bits. A genuinely fun top-down action game that is better than it has any right to be as a tie-in movie game to an excellent movie, I might add. Well put. Yes. Actually, I can't remember if I played it with my 6-button. I should give that a shot. I'll throw it in at some point. I got a copy here. I will definitely play this game again. Big Deal says, I watched this movie a ton in the 90s, but I don't think I ever knew they made a game for it. I'll be looking for your recommendation on whether or not it's worth checking out. Well, you will have to listen and find out. Shane's World says, never played this or watched this, to be honest. Honestly, you know what? Check out the movie if you get a chance. It's pretty fun. The game is fun too, or you'll see. I don't mean to listen to the episode and find out if we like the game. Yeah, the movie's great. Definitely watch it. It's a lot of fun. King Hooli III says, lies can't be true. Negative 10 out of 10 for title alone. Yes. Logically, that is a contradiction. It is a, what do you call that? Oh man, I can't think of words. Fuck it. Released in 1995, developed by Beam Software, published by Acclaim Studios. This came out on the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, but it also had Game Boy and Game Gear versions, which I would think aren't so good. But yeah, I've rambled on long enough. Get to the podcast. All right, everyone. Here with me to talk about True Lies, we have my repressed but secretly sexy housewife, Brian, and my super secret spy agent, Alan. How you guys doing?
I feel like this is revenge for Boogerman.
I am just wondering if that means we're going to get a striptease from Brian, because I'm here for that.
Yeah, you're going to get a striptease, but I ain't going to be as, sexually appealing as, her.
And we're off to a great start. I'm so glad we get all of this out the way in the After Dark.
Didn't we just talk about this? Get the silliness out of the way?
Yep.
No, this is all silliness. Hey,
all silly,
you know what?
all the time.
We're gonna take this episode about as seriously as this movie takes itself, which is not at all.
Which is weird. Because this movie is like a serious, like 90s action movie, but it puts the jokes in the right place.
It really is an action comedy.
It is. And you know what? I didn't actually realize that until like this recent watch through. Because when you're a kid and you see stuff like this, you're just like, wow, that is such a cool action film. But now it's just like watching it as an adult, I'm just like, this is fucking hilarious.
Right.
Oh, God. As an aircraft technician, that whole scene with the Harrier there like bothers me because they have a few things that would have ended the life of the young girl, or when you have a jet, it's going to be blasting exhaust out and it should be blowing the windows out, not just hovering around. And anyways, I could get into it, but you know what, I don't know Harriers that well, so maybe I'm wrong because the blast should be going down. Either way.
Yeah, well, it's just the whole thing is very, very far-fetched. I mean, we'll start with this. Have you guys seen this movie all the way through before watching it just recently for this? And we're going to talk about the game too, but we got to talk about the source material a little bit.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I watched this back in the 90s, back when it first came out. It was on TV and everything like that, and of course I was too young to be watching Jamie Lee Curtis, drop her dress there.
Yeah.
I had weird feelings.
Yeah. This is the quintessential Sunday afternoon TNT, post football
Oh.
season, before baseball starts, like this is the movie that was on in the afternoon for sure.
This is that movie that like you're watching on TV there, and it gets to the scene where Jamie Lee Curtis like starts taking her dress off, and you get a commercial for some innocuous piece of crap that you don't give a crap about anymore.
Yep.
Yeah,
Put the lady back on.
yeah. No, my erection.
For fuck's sake.
Where's that scrambled porn channel? Oh yeah.
How do I follow that up? Yeah, I watched this back. I'm a huge Arnie fan. Like, we at one point had literally every single one of his films on DVD, and this is, it's one of the greats, undeniably. I mean, it looks like, watching this again just over the last couple of days, like, it looks fucking spectacular. I mean, it's James Cameron, right? So obviously it's going to look good, but just like some of the effects and just the whole bridge scene and stuff like that, it just looks brilliant. And it's just every bit that brainless action film. I mean, it is literally a feature-length episode of Archer, as far as I'm concerned.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fucking head of Omega Sector is literally just some gruff old dude with a fucking eye patch on. It's just like, how cliche can you get? I love it.
Oh,
It's Charlton.
God.
It's Charlton Heston or Charlton.
Is that Charlton Heston? Shut
Yeah, it
up!
is.
I did not notice that.
Yeah. I clocked it this
I
time.
love-
I was like, yeah, he has the same. It's like his cadence. Like I've watched Planet of the Apes tons of times, and you watch it, and it's like, yeah, that's him.
Wow. No.
I love how it's
Didn't catch that.
a jihadist before I even knew what a jihadist was.
Right.
It's so like cheesy and on the nose. It's like terrorists and good guys, and there's a bomb, and yet all of that kind of wrapped up in this really silly like husband and wife story that is
So weird, man.
very weird and kind of creepy at times when you really
little
sort of
bit.
look at it through a modern
Oh
lens.
God,
I'm really
Jamie Lee
happy.
Curtis plays that to a T.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's so good in everything she's in. Honestly, just she's great. But
Oh, she's still crushing it.
I know.
Even at her a little bit older age, she still looks fantastic.
she sure does. I would say also, like, just can we talk about how, like, you've got this plot, right? So the plot of the movie, and I guess we could segue into the game a little bit, because I mean the plots are the same. You've got and I'd say the game leans a little bit more on what the actual plot is, and you lose all of the kind of like personal intrigue between Arnie and Jamie Lee Curtis. But the jihadists are smuggling nuclear warheads into the United States in ancient Persian artifacts, basically. So you get that beginning part, right, in the movie where they kind of establish what's going on a little bit, and then you just completely forget about that for the next hour or so while Arnie and Jamie Lee are trying to figure out whether or not they're cheating on each other. and then it all comes back in the end.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing, like, Jodie, or what's fuck? Holy crap! I just had a brain fart. Jamie Lee Curtis, she doesn't think Arnie's cheating. It's Arnie uses the resources of his Omega Sector or whatever it's called to spy on Jamie Lee Curtis because he overheard a phone call when he went to go see her for lunch.
Oh no,
Yeah.
she also suspects something too, although she doesn't
Does
really
she?
say it. Yeah, she's not the main character, so you don't really see it. But
yeah,
I mean, he's always late coming back. He's
I mean,
always
I
on these
guess I could
business
rewrite the
trips.
script too.
Oh yeah. I mean, they both suspect it of each other. We just see it from Arnie's perspective.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny how they kind of cross paths that way, and it's like, so she thinks the ironic part is, like, she thinks that he's having an affair or whatever, and then he starts to think the same. But the funny part is that she's really not. She's just kind of duped by this guy who's pretending to be what her husband actually is.
Was it fucking Bill
which is a
Paxton?
super spy. Yeah.
Absolutely
I
crushing
thought
it.
it was Matt Dillon. First time I watched the movie.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I couldn't
think
play-
I could probably see that.
Yeah, it's because of the mustache there, and his face was a little bit thinner at the time, and I just thought it was like Matt Dillon because he was pretty popular back then. If not, I watched the movie too late.
He's so good.
So-
Bill Paxton is the
Finding out
sleazy
it was
guy.
Bill Paxton. Oh man, that's a nice little touch. And Tia Carrere. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, swing.
Swing.
Yep, there we go. Oh man, that's a
but
Wayne's
you're
World
right, though.
reference. We're not just perving. I mean, it's a little of both, but that's a
well,
Wayne's
yeah,
World
I know
reference.
that.
You are a little bit. But
A little bit.
yeah, you're absolutely. I love what you pointed out there. It's just like, you know, you have this setup, and it's just like, these are terrorists and they're doing bad terrorist things, and now they're gone, and we're going to do this for a little while. It's just like, you get to the point where you almost forget that, oh yeah, there is a terrorist threat involving like nuclear warheads and all of that shit going on somewhere
Right.
around the corner, and it's such a weirdly paced kind of film, and yet it works.
I love when it comes to a head and Jamie Lee Curtis is like doing the striptease dance for Arnie there, and right as a moment Arnie reveals who he is in that hotel room, they get like raided by the jihadists.
Yeah.
And she still thinks she's a central focus of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she keeps like, leave him alone. He's just a salesman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, like, it all like collapses in on itself.
Right.
What is this trend of like Arnie films where it's just like the wife has no idea what this? I mean, the dude looks like a fucking weapon. How do you not suspect him of being an actual weapon?
Yeah, because it's literally the same movie written over with like a different storyline.
It's just this
Then
mild.
what do you mean, like Kindergarten
Same
Cop?
movie beats.
He's
Yeah.
just a mild-mannered 6 foot something, like fucking fridge of a man. Yeah. It's just, how could he possibly be involved in this kind of stuff? Look
Yeah.
at him.
Dude is a lean, mean
No,
fighting
he's a great
machine.
salesman because if
Yeah.
you don't buy one, he'll kill you.
That's
Yeah,
true.
no kidding. Oh man.
And you're my number one
Yeah, just-
customer.
Way funnier than I thought it was going to be. Not just like it's not a lot of one-liners and punchlines and stuff. It's just like the situational comedy is very
Yeah.
funny with this. Just like the concept that they've just completely like suspected each other of something, and it's not what you think it is, but it is what you think it is at the same time, is just nuts.
Some decent
Oh,
slapstick
and making
as
Bill
well.
Paxton pee himself throughout the movie.
Oh, he keeps pissing himself.
It's just dumb jokes, but somehow it works. It's just like a
I
good
know.
amount of slapstick comedy going on, and it's
Yeah, and
wonderful.
there's a serious movie under, and there's a lot of good action in this movie at the
yeah.
ass end of it too.
Oh,
like the scene. One thing I don't like is he got over the sodium pentothal really quickly.
Yeah.
They might have they could have leaned into that joke kind of in the aftermath of it, and
Like
talking to
keep asking him questions.
talking to Helen. Yeah.
But I love the fact that
But
he
it
has got this truth serum on the go, and like she's like, well, I'm gonna make the most out of this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
so you have to
wouldn't
tell
you
the truth.
find
yeah.
out everything your wife thinks about you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't
already
handle
know.
that.
I already know.
Oh, man.
Excuse me.
Well, let's get into the game a little bit, because this just being honest, this isn't a true adaptation of the movie. It really just kind of condenses a lot of the comedy. Like we said, Jamie Lee Curtis isn't really a factor in you don't get to play as Jamie Lee Curtis, which how fun would that have been?
I mean, she's not even in the
it
game.
is-
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think.
doing the striptease.
Yeah,
just
do the
quick time striptease.
Quick time striptease would be that is a great new band name. I call it Quick Time Striptease.
Oh, I need royalties on that.
But it is just like kind of the front part of the movie and the back portion of the movie just kind of condensed into a top-down shooter is basically what
There
it is.
is crap shoved in the middle that doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Like the
God,
fact
yeah.
that they're in like some China forbidden city.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There's
Like,
some stuff added. just
Nothing
to kind of build out.
Asian is represented in this movie. Like you get the Persians and stuff like that, but this is China.
Yeah.
And it's not part of the movie,
know.
and they just shoved it in the game because we got to hate the Chinese too, I guess.
Well, I mean, you got
I think
to see
they
a
just-
career.
I think they just needed to like beef up the game a little bit, because if you take
Yeah, they
out
did.
what is essentially the middle third of the movie, it's just, well, what have you got left? And I was
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah,
the
you've got
exact same thing, because it's been years since I watched True Lies, but I played the game not that long ago, and I was just like, I don't remember the China. I don't remember there was like some factory and all of that stuff.
Yeah, that wasn't part of it as well.
I'm just like,
there's a
well-
park in there. There's a
With the
subway that
park-
wasn't
Yeah.
part of it.
The park I can get on board with, because at one point he is chasing Aziz on a fucking horse through
that's
the
right.
park.
That's true.
And it's just
yeah,
like,
that's right.
if you
The
if you
horse on the
squint-
elevator.
Oh, it's just so fucking ridiculous. I mean, and he tries to jump the roofs
He
with the
tries to
horse,
jump
and the
the
horse is
horse,
having
like, what the
none. The
And that
horse is
like,
having
"Get
none of
fucked."
it. It's just like, you're on your own.
I love that.
Oh man.
Because that's what a horse would do. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can make a horse jump out of the side of a building. I'm not going to try it, but I'm just going to go with logic.
I don't think you're going to get the horse up the elevator. I was like, what if the horse takes a shit in the elevator? That's a true point,
yeah.
Yeah,
well,
like,
oh, nobody cares.
That's for the concierge to deal with. I mean, truth be told, I don't think you're going to get a bike across those two roofs, but that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, it's just kind of... I was just going to say, I was watching the film just expecting to see some of these, like, levels. And I think the game does actually a really good job of...
It starts off very faithful to the movie with the chateau, the slopes, and then, like, the mall.
100%.
But then it kind of veers off.
It does a bit.
It really does. I mean, you got the park, and then the subway, the docks, and the Chinatown or China are just, like, completely... And the refinery, like, what the... There's no fucking refinery.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, like, by that point, they're already on the highway. And then you have the Harrier mission that's on the highway and not, like, in the city like it was in the movie.
Well, the Harrier mission is actually... I mean, it wasn't even Harry, like, doing it in the film. Like, there were like, the Marines chasing the vans down the highway. Again, that bridge scene, but it's just like, well, we're just going to pretend this was Harry and you get to play it because honestly, we can't think of too many levels for this game. So we're just going to have to invent a few and kind of adapt a few. And it's a weird kind of choice for out of all of Arnie's films. And I know loads have been adapted to video games, but this just feels like kind of a weird choice for one. I mean, it works because it's a good game.
Yeah.
But it's just like
it's a weird tie-in.
So you know that one, you know that one where Jamie Lee Curtis strips and everything. That's going to make a great game for kids.
That's going to make a great game. Yeah, and it's like, I don't think the point of True Lies is for it to be this like just end-to-end action movie. The point is, like I said, the comedy and the just kind of like the goofy situation. Yeah, it is. It is over the top on purpose, and then it has this weird situation in the middle of it, and that's really the point of it, I think. As kind of a parody of an action movie, or a spy thriller, whatever.
Well, this is like that phase of Arnie's career where he was done being the action star, but it was still like Terminator ready. But he was doing movies like The Last Action Hero, Kindergarten Cop, and this.
Yeah,
right.
I think this was like his peak. For me, this was the best movies he ever did.
Don't forget Twins.
Yes, Twins.
No, I want the Twins video game adaptation. That's what I want.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah,
but
play as Danny DeVito.
You know what? You make it a co-op game. You have to play two people. One takes one each, and you each have different skills to get through different situations. Yeah, well, I could make this game. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
Brian,
it.
Brian, get to fucking work.
Yeah,
but that's kind of a common thing. Going back to the levels a little bit, like when you're working with source material like this with a lot of just kind of plot intricacies, that sort of thing, when you want to adapt it, you got to add shit. There's no way around it, really. So that's why you end up with the weird fucking subway level where you have to run across before you get hit by a train.
I tell you what, the sound those trains made, I don't care for that. I did not care for that noise.
No, it's I can't remember. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while since we played this, or since I played it. I did not refresh my memory. I was like, I'm good.
I watched a couple of videos to refresh my memory, but I could barely get through them. Then I tried to play a little bit, and I lasted about maybe, 15 minutes, and then I was just like, screw it, I don't want to play this anymore.
It is not an easy game. It's a tough game. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets hard quick.
It does. I played it back same as you guys did, like a few weeks or months or whenever it was, but I had like the password for the last level saved. So my refresher was playing through the last level of the game, and buddy, like the last level where you're playing, and again, it's the offices, so it makes sense, except as Harry, you're trying to make your way up the offices to get to the top there. And I was watching the film today, I was just like, fuck, he's just blasting the side of this office block with the Harrier jump jet. I was just like, that would have been so much easier if I could just do that, but no, I've got to go level.
Way more satisfying.
Oh yeah, I've got to go level by level up this fucking hard office block to get to the top, to die over and over and over again. And I finally did it, but Jesus fucking Christ, this game it is not easy.
Yeah, that final boss is not fun. And doesn't he have? He has a rocket launcher.
No, it's just like twin
Um,
Uzis that he just
Twin
sprays the
Uzis. Okay.
entire room with, and it's not even
Yeah.
Aziz.
No, no.
It's just
Once you
something
beat
fucking
that,
random.
yeah. Once you beat that guy, though, that's where you get like the, if you've beaten the game clean like you did, and you haven't put in cheat codes like I might have, just so I could see the end of it. It does.
How
actually,
dare you, Sam? We're a very respectable
Right.
podcast, or some lie like that.
It does actually give
Oh
you.
shit! Am I on the wrong podcast?
No.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're on the right one. We just suck. It gives you kind of a cutscene at the end, where if you beat it with the codes, it does not. It just kind of like kicks you back to the start, and it's funny because I think I put in just the lives code, so I would just regenerate and get another try right away. And it's funny because when you die, like there's a little screen from Aziz that said, like, he basically is like, "You suck. What do you need codes for? Whatever." Like a real man.
love
Fuck
that.
Like
you.
the face me like a man or whatever. I was just like, get fucked. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
The 90s were so brutal with, like, just if you cheated or did anything that made the game slightly easier, it just shamed you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that though. I mean, I think that's hilarious that they made the effort. I mean, because there were games that you could just pop a cheat in and it would do fucking nothing. You just play the game. But for a game to turn around and just like beat you for it, it's kind of
Yep.
like the little demon out of the Messenger. It's just like I
Oh,
love it. I love it
fucker.
when the game
My
just
God.
turns around and just chats shit to you. It's just like, all right, well, fuck you then.
My God, I wanted to fucking kill that little demon. So another, I mean, yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was looking at a map.
Good.
The interesting,
Because you're in the subway level and it just went to.
yeah, and
Ugh.
got absolutely brained by a fucking train. There are a lot of just kind of like secret areas in this. So, I mean, if you really know what you're doing in this game, you can find extra weapons. Like, and I believe, don't quote me on this, Alan, you'll probably know. I think your weapons carry over. If you start at the beginning and you pick up like the flamethrower in the chateau, which there is a flamethrower in the chateau somewhere. There's like a secret somewhere that you can go grab one because you can see it on the outside in the snow, and it's like, fuck, it's right there, but I can't get it.
Yeah.
I
never
think
figured
you
out that bit.
can. Yeah, you can get a lot of the advanced weapons in the game pretty early by exploiting some of these secrets if you know where they are, and there's a lot of them. Like,
I can't remember if they do carry over or not, and it's only because now it might be because obviously going back to like starting again from the office block, like I was starting out with nothing, but then I'm just thinking, well, is that just because immediately before that is the Harrier jump jet level, which is awesome, by the way, looks spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's just like maybe you're supposed to start that level without. But the thing is, this game does have passwords, and the passwords, they will literally start you where you were with the number of lives that you had, and good luck to you. It does not reset anything.
Yeah, there must have been like
brutal.
You must start the office mission with nothing, because when like the passcodes, I think I was taking when I was just getting the using the passcodes, I think I was taking like pictures of them like I did with Booger Man, and I was punching them in so I could resume where I was. But yeah, they must have like some sort of permutation that like a unique code for the weapons you had and the stuff. I never understand. I'm sure it's some sort of algorithm, but it's like, man, good on them to figure out something like that. That's pretty cool.
Oh, every letter probably means something different.
Yeah.
Like, 4 of them are for what level you're on, and the next 4 are for what you had loadout or like in your loadout.
I mean,
cool.
with a code that, let's say 8 or 9 characters long, there are like near infinite possibilities of like combinations there. So yeah.
Now, see, I just use save states on my emulator because I was not going to purchase this game because I did not like it enough.
Thing is,
yeah.
I have been like dying to play this game for years, because I never played it back in the day. I mean, we didn't do our history with the game, but I never played this back in the day. And I see it everywhere on lists.
Yeah, I truly believe this game could be translated into a twin stick shooter today.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
And a really good one at that. Like, it's already got, like, all the groundwork for a good game. Sorry, like, not saying it's a terrible game, but if you just did the twin stick shooter, like, Hotline Miami or whatever, it would probably work really, really well. And I think True Lies is popular enough that people would actually buy it.
Oh,
Yeah.
like if you remade it today?
Yeah.
It's got to be a licensing thing, though, hasn't it? That's probably a nightmare.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. You got to pay Arnie a bunch of money. They would have, like, a fake character replace Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Arnold, and all those other characters they can't afford nowadays.
Yeah,
Well, the problem is a lot of these, like, movie studios, you know, either don't exist anymore or are rolled up under the, you know, a different rights holder or just are in kind of like rights hell. And, you know, when I watched it, I checked it out from the library. Like, I was kind of just looking to see, like, that'd be a fun movie to have in the collection. And it's like, oh no, it's really hard to find copies of it unless you're able to, like, find it secondhand somewhere.
We used to have secondhand DVD stores around us.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, we
they're
do,
not
but
really a
you know,
thing
you got to
anymore.
kind of luck out. Yeah, if you ever had that thing where it's like, I'm looking for this specific thing, and then you can't fucking find it, and then it's like,
Yeah.
I swear I've seen this everywhere, and now I can't find it.
All the fucking time. The second I want something, there's like a spaceship orbiting the planet. It just beams
Just
all the
absorbs it
copies
all
up
up.
within a reasonable distance of
Well, I
it.
remember
That's like-
about 10
yeah.
or so years ago, my now wife and I went into one of our local, like secondhand game and DVD shops, and we went on a mission. We set out. We were just going to buy every single Arnold Schwarzenegger film that we could find, and we came home with a stack. Like a
He's
stack
got a lot
of
of stuff.
DVDs, like, and it's absolutely. I mean, we didn't find all of them, but we must have gotten like 75% of his library in just one hit.
It's crazy.
And
Worth it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a successful day.
I think at the end of this podcast, we're just going to go wax poetic about Arnie movies.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, we'll we'll do it. But yeah, this is
man.
I had so much interest in playing this game. Like, I'd heard it was really good, and I struggled at first.
It is really good, though.
It is a very good game. I did
But-
struggle with the difficulty. I did struggle with the controls, admittedly, because it's.
Yeah, and that's what I was sorry. I'm like, I know I'm cutting you
No,
off,
no.
but I haven't said anything in a while.
I'm just sort
So,
of backing up your twin
yeah.
stick shooter thing there. I completely agree.
Oh, sorry. Like, I just wanted to get this out there, but like you said it, it's a really good game, but the controls are what made me frustrated enough to think I didn't like it for a while. Like, I really wanted this to work as a twin stick shooter, and I just on the Super Nintendo controller, you have to hit the button to lock your shooting in a certain direction. Like, you have to think it's the Y button.
Yeah.
And that I couldn't wrap my head around for the longest time. It just would not wrap my head around. Of course, I turn and all of a sudden I'm shooting the wall, and then I'd get shot in the back of the head and I'd die. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm going to rip it apart. But then the more I played, the more I got used to it,
Yeah.
the better it became. And it turned out to be a really fun game. Now, there's things I don't like about it, like civilians who are just casually walking through the mall.
Oh my god.
Whilst there is like shooters in there, and it's like, oh, I gotta get the deals at the Gap.
Yeah, they'll walk right, like you're having a firefight with a couple of guys with like Uzis or whatever. They're just like walking through and getting shot, and then you get yelled at by Tom Arnold, who's like, "What are you shooting civilians for?" It's like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm not trying to.
Then what is it? Natalia School of NPC-ish.
yeah. Fucking Natalia.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because if you like shoot enough of the civilians, like, you will fail the level. I think it's like
they-
3 or so of them, and yeah, they are just not. They have zero survival instincts whatsoever. But I mean,
The
so
nice
obviously-
thing
yeah,
is,
go on.
well, there's only civilians in like the chateau. There's like party guests, obviously, that you can't shoot. There's civilians in the mall. There's civilians in the park. I don't think there's civilians in the rest of the game after that. So it's really kind of weird shift where it's like, well, it's almost like the parts of the movie that really follow, or the parts of the game that really follow the movie, have civilians in it, and then the rest was like, these are just some levels that we made up, and then they didn't bother putting civilians in there.
No,
I bet you if you looked it up, they'd be like, we made 4 really good movie-based levels here, and then the developer was like, yeah, what more? And then they had to make a bunch of extra levels just to please the developer or the CEO board or the C-suite, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah,
Well, right,
it's
just
just like,
imagine
well, how do
it's
we-
probably a pretty short game without...
I think, how do we justify having like this weird industrial site or the docks here, and it's just civilians walking around everywhere? It's just not going to work.
But they really could have just taken what the game offered and just done multiple levels of like the areas, like the part where he's captured and he's like getting out of the, being held hostage or being detained or whatever you want to call it. They could have done a whole level based on that, and then the next level could have literally been him taking out the terrorists.
Yeah, see, if I squint hard enough, like the docks could almost be that part of the film, because they are sort of at the docks. He does have to dive into the water to escape in the film, and it's just like that. I can sort of cock my head and think, well, that's close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there is, when
an
they do get
adaptation.
captured that first time, or not the first time, when him and his wife get captured, they are kind of that is kind of the point of the game where you're at the docks, right?
Yeah, that's what I think anyway.
That was my favorite level. I don't know about you guys, but in the docks level, you had to work your way around. It's kind of a maze, so that's kind of fun. And then there were different hazards you had to deal with. I think there were like tripwires and stuff. But then there's also nukes that you had to disarm. So like you disarm one, or like every few that you disarmed, like Tom Arnold would be like, hey, you've got 5 down, 5 to go, or whatever. And I just thought that was a fun one.
Oh,
I agree.
can I say something about the movie at this point based on the nukes?
Yeah.
So in the movie, he starts out by saying, we have secured 4 nuclear bombs. And then he makes a video there saying, we're going to detonate one in a U.S. city every week until you meet our demands. But first, we're going to detonate one on this island to show you we're serious. Well, he has 4 nukes. He has about 3 weeks worth of threats before he's run out of nukes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Just like, what, are you going to reuse it after?
I mean,
Yeah, I got cynical watching the movie today.
as far as
I like how they
threats
actually
go,
detonate it. They actually detonated it in the Florida Keys. It's like, that would be a horrible thing to happen.
True enough, but I feel like that is a
If
that
you're-
is a decision made purely to have a backdrop to Harry and his wife just having that moment and kissing, and
The
then
kiss,
nuke goes
yeah.
off. And at that point, I like audibly groaned because I was just like, oh, "Fucking hell, come
yeah.
on!"
It kind of
But-
reminded me of the ending scene of Rogue One. Spoiler alert,
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
tonally very different.
And the thing that's funny is, like, they do end up, stopping Aziz and his henchmen or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but you still kind of failed because they detonated a nuclear bomb on American soil. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you guys fucked up because you got distracted by whether or not your wife might have been cheating on you.
Now, if they're aiming for maximum damage, they would have blown it up on the west side so that the nuclear fallout would be carried across the country. Kind of like when Chernobyl blew up and you're getting readings in Vancouver because that's west of Chernobyl.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's a
nuclear
massive
fallout
disaster.
does not exist in this universe.
Oh,
No.
sorry, it's east of Chernobyl, but because of the way the prevailing westerlies goes, it blew around the planet.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not
That's
great.
nuts.
It's not
No,
great.
I mean, it's just so weird. Like, what a weird, for it to be a quote unquote happy ending that involves a nuke exploding, like,
Yeah.
just is,
Mind you, he also did untold amount of damage with a Harrier in the middle of downtown, shot a helicopter
oh yeah,
down,
yeah.
Yep.
Fired multiple missiles.
Yep.
Blew up the bridge that connects the Florida Keys to mainland Florida. I mean, that's just like blow holes in it to prevent them. I mean, they had to do that to prevent them from getting back to the mainland. But that's the funny thing is, like, let's detonate it. So their plan was to detonate the nuclear warhead somewhere in the Florida Keys and then get in a van and drive up Florida to the next a major city. Like, wouldn't you just have guys ready to go already? Like, why do you put all your nukes, like, why are you carrying them all at the same, whatever? I don't, it's just like...
Well, it's a lesson. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's a resource thing. They only had one van.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Well, if they had as many enemies as they do in this game, they could have done whatever they wanted.
Oh my
I know,
God, this
yeah,
game
a
is
whole
teeming
Just
with enemies.
ridiculous number of enemies.
And
It's like,
you really need to like crawl from point to point in this game, because if you get swarmed by any more than like two
Yeah.
enemies with that aiming system, like it is like you can point guns in 8 different directions, and like Brian said, you can lock that down so that you're only firing in that one direction. But it is, in the heat of the moment, it is very difficult to line yourself up, lock yourself, and then just start shooting in the direction that you want. And your health just goes in this game. Like these enemies, they are not fucking around.
Yeah, I would creep through the levels like as slowly as possible, so I didn't really have more than a couple enemies on screen at a time, and like you need them to both be in kind of the same vicinity or direction. Like if you got enemies coming from multiple directions, you're kind of fucked. Like it's
But some enemies were so dumb. Like there's on the boat, the rocket launcher guy, and he's just shooting straight ahead of him. Like all you have to do is be slightly above or below him on the level on the map.
That's true.
And he'll miss you because he will not turn to aim at you, and the rocket just goes straight, and he's just like spamming rockets. It's God, so those were the good ones. The ones that sucked are the ones that chased you.
I mean, the rocket launcher guys, you want to talk about stupid. There's a part in the office block later on where there's 2 of them, and if you literally go between the 2 of them, they will blow each other up. If you just walk past them, it's just like, yeah, okay. I mean, but that's kind of on brand for this film's comedy.
I do like that they could do damage to each other if you timed it right.
Yeah, like throwing grenades and shit like that as well.
Yeah, like the grenades, yeah. Oh man, though, sometimes those grenades would kind of corner you and you wouldn't be able to move out of the way, or they would place enemies to throw a grenade that would kind of flush you out and expose you to other enemies, just like, oh fuck. Get out of here,
or you
grenades.
try to strategically hold the grenade while the countdown went off there, and then you throw it and it bounces off like a pixel and lands at your feet.
Yeah.
So many times. Oh my god.
And there were other hazards like just exploding. I think there were exploding barrels and stuff, especially in the which I don't know why in the fucking subway you'd have so many crates that can explode. It seems like a really bad idea.
Mines just everywhere.
Yeah, mines everywhere. Yeah, I think those were that subway level's tough.
Some design choices. Yeah,
I would say in general a critique that I have of this game, aside from like gameplay aside, it is very dated gameplay, and it is what it is. I think the levels, and I'm sure they did this to just kind of pad the length of it so that you couldn't beat it in a weekend or whatever, but the levels get a bit long.
Oh, God.
To the point where I'm like, how long do I need to be in this park, really? Like, you have to find the keys to open the gates to get to the next, and there's like three different either 2 keys or 3 levels, or 3 keys and 4 levels of the park basically that you have to get through, and it's just like, oh my god, by the end you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm barely scraping through.
The park literally nearly killed my playthrough. I had so little fun with the park. By far and away my least favorite level in the entire game.
Mine was the subway.
I'll hear that argument. I mean, I'll give that second place, sure, because that level sucked as well.
And they're one right after another. Yeah. I'd say above the subway, the park was something else. I'd say I really had trouble with China. And is it China or is it like a Chinatown? I'm looking at a map of it and they just call it China.
According to the game manual, it is China.
Literal China. So
the fucking
nukes are basically on American soil, but just for a moment, Harry Tasker is going to China for reasons.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get why they made this choice for the game. They didn't really have to. Maybe go to Chinatown in Miami or something.
Yeah, like Chinatown would make sense, but going to actual China is really weird. And like, once you get inside, like get past that first part of the level in China, it's not too bad. You're inside and it's pretty manageable. It's just kind of like a standard, kind of almost similar to the Office level where you're kind of just going through hallways and rooms and stuff. Yeah. But that first part fucking sucks because I couldn't tell what I could go under or over or through. Like
there's
just
a lot
the
of
way
overgrowth.
that it was laid out.
that
Yeah,
you can
the
go through.
overgrowth.
Yeah.
And I got lost a couple times where I had to like look up like because I think you have to pick up certain keys or something and
That's
bring
right.
them. There's like a door that requires 2 keys to unlock, and like I went through the whole fucking level and missed one of the keys, so I had to go back and find it. But I guess to the game's credit, when you kill enemies, they don't come back. So that was a positive. If you had to go back through and find the key again, and they're enemies were regenerating, and you're running low on ammo and health and stuff like that, would just fucking suck. It would make it almost unplayable.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And you know what? There is probably a good in-game reason as to why you're going all of these different places. Because your man... What'd you say the actor's name was? Something Arnold?
Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
Like,
yeah.
he pops up on the screen every once in a while, which is awesome. A nice little nod to the film there, and just kind of tells you, like, why you're doing what you're doing and where you're going and how many lives you've got and stuff like that, which I thought was a nice touch, along with, like, the pixelated film cards that happen in between each level that kind of explain what's going on. So they probably do explain why you went to China, but fucked if I can remember what it was.
No, let me take a look. So I got this map website that I'm looking at actually has in addition to the map, it has like the whatever
the Tom Arnold bit.
Now, I do want to say I love the look of the characters. Like Arnie looks like Arnie. Tom Arnold looks like Tom Arnold. The Aziz guy, the jihadist there, he looks exactly like he did in the film. It's just very well done by them to pixelate these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of wonder if they just took like scenes from the movie and just ran it through a pixelator from the 90s, if that existed.
I think
I don't know how they did that, but
I think
it looks so good though, right?
Yeah. So you got the Harry riding the horse through the park. You've got the Aziz on the rocket at the end, and it's just like I am 100% sure that these are just screen lifted and just digitized for a video game. But it's nice that they're in there because it just ties it into the film that much closer.
It kind of reminded me,
and it really makes you feel like you're playing the film.
You're definitely playing an Arnie film. 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're right. Like he does look cool in this game. He's just this big hulking dude roaming around shooting guns. So what more do you want?
Yeah.
More guns.
Did you guys ever have a Viewmaster? One of those like with the circle.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
The red things there, you put the discs in and you push the slider and it slides the discs around and you get to see shit.
Yes.
Yep.
No, never had it.
I think those things were universal.
The just like the quote unquote cutscenes or like those little images just with the captions, those just reminded me of like a Viewmaster version of True Lies while you're playing the game. Like
100%.
those interstitials.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I don't remember how we got our Viewmaster. I don't remember how we got all the discs. They just kind of showed up one day. I think it was just magic.
I think they just
I had an old one that was
in
my
the 80s.
dad's. Yeah, and then they made, I had like a Ren and Stimpy one. I had all kinds of weird ones.
That was foreshadowing.
Those were fun. I love those. Oh, I didn't. We didn't put a Ren and Stimpy game in this block. We should get another one of those going.
Right after the Animaniacs game.
Fuck it.
There we go.
Never mind. I'm out.
And Cool Borders 2.
Guys, we already
I
planned
might
our
be
next
interested.
games.
Yeah.
We got this out of the way
Here
before
we
the
go
episode.
again, right?
Hey, Cool Borders 2 can't possibly be worse. So
That's true.
I think that's
true.
okay.
So what did you generally use weapon-wise in this game? Because there are plenty of weapons here. You got your pistol, your Uzi, shotgun, grenades.
Whatever I had ammo for.
Yeah,
Reasonable.
that's me. Yep.
Well, I suppose, what did you like the most then?
I like the Uzi because you could just hold the button down and shoot. Also reminds me of the scenes where Jamie Lee Curtis drops the Uzi and it wipes out the entire enemy force.
That was
she's
awesome.
just like, I love the way she's just murdered an entire room full of people and she just looks and shrugs and it's just like, no, you just murdered a room full of people.
Yeah, you're an office
You
worker.
have more kills than Arnie does right now,
point,
and all he did was fumble.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I've just got to go into this because it made me laugh so much. It's just like the amount of times that Arnie just randomly snaps dudes' necks in this film. It's just, and it's not even always stuff you can see. You'll just yoink a person into a room and you just hear that neck snapping noise and he just comes out again. It's just like the dude is obsessed with snapping necks in this film. It's hilarious.
Snapping necks.
Snapping necks and cashing checks.
Yeah, that's right. I think, I liked the shotgun. I always like a shotgun.
Me too.
So I think I pretty much rode the shotgun as much as I could, and then I'd keep the Uzi as like a, like when shit really hit the fan, then I would switch to the Uzi. I tried to conserve ammo with that as much as possible.
The problem with the Uzi I found is that when you lock into position, you can't actually move. The only thing you move is where you're spraying the Uzi, which is kind of cool, but also if you don't line that shot up right away, you are going to take damage because you can't get out of the way. So I did struggle a bit.
Not a strafe. It's more of a spray, not a strafe.
Yeah. You're controlling sort of where the nozzle's going rather than where you're going.
And then just absolutely insane that there's a flamethrower. I don't think at any point unless I'm mistaken and I forgot something, I don't think at any point in the movie there's a flamethrower. They just toss that in there.
I thought that, but then when he's at the docks and he does that fucking ridiculous thing where he gets the gas nozzle and shoots that and basically has a flamethrower because of it, because physics does not exist.
I mean, that's not a true flamethrower. That's just like a over-the-top action scene version of like someone spraying flame out of a gas nozzle.
I love how we're talking about like how things don't exist because of tropes and all that stuff, but Arnie literally did a movie, The Last Action Hero, that covered all that.
That's true.
I haven't seen. I gotta watch that one.
Oh, it's a good film.
Yeah.
They're all good films.
That is true.
But we'll get into that after. Yeah. Let's get back on topic, guys. God, stop going off topic.
I'm sorry. I also liked...
We had a topic.
What topic?
Exactly.
Yeah, you kind of lost me.
Oh, well, I was going to go back to the mall level real quick because I just... That was the point where I was like really locked in on the movie. Like, I remember this part. Yeah, this was in the, in the game and stuff. And yeah, he goes through the mall and he ends up fighting those dudes in the bathroom.
Oh my God.
That is... I don't know. Maybe I was just a little trippy or something because I was watching. I was like, "Is this not the most massive?"
I just lost everyone.
I think I just lost Sam.
Why?
Yeah, he just completely disappeared. So it's not just me.
No,
what are you talking about?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you just kind of like this buzz and you disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking weird. Well, hopefully my audio picked up and it'll match up.
I think your audio will be fine, but I think it was just like a Discord thing.
Maybe.
Well, anyways,
who knows?
Yeah, where I was sorry everyone. Where I was going with that was, why the fuck was that bathroom so huge? Wasn't that a weird it's like it's a regular shopping mall bathroom, but it had like 8,000 toilets in it and like 2 walls of urinals. It was like a fucking sports arena bathroom. Like, what was going on with that? There was one dude in there taking a shit while they're fighting. And it's just like, I don't know why I got so hung up on why that bathroom needed to be so fucking large.
Are you talking the movie or the game?
The movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
In the game, it wasn't.
Like,
in the game, it was fine. But like in the movie, it was like, this is the biggest bathroom I've ever seen.
They need a room to fight. It's kind of like that Mission Impossible movie with Henry Cavill there, where he cocked his arms and a pocket and a beard appeared. That was a very large bathroom.
I guess so. It's like, you need a whole row of stalls to mow through with an Uzi, and you need to be able to like destroy 500 urinals by smashing the dude's head into it.
Absolutely.
The more shit you can blow up, the happier we all are.
Yeah,
definitely. And in the game, you need to blow shit up, because I could not figure out that boss fight for the longest time. Because the enemies just kept respawning. And what you need to do, apparently, is destroy all of the stall doors. And then the enemies will stop respawning. And it's just like, where the fuck are these guys all coming from? Like,
are they all in the stall? Like,
yeah. What is this? Like, are they coming up from the Ministry of Magic or something? I mean, what the fuck is going on here?
Poo powder.
Poo powder.
Instead of flu powder, get it?
I got it.
Love it.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That is a weird boss fight. Or it's just like, dudes just keep coming out of what are they all doing in there? Sushi
Yeah.
glory hole in there or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Why were they waiting there? What if I didn't go to that bathroom?
They're all just in there. Well, we gotta wait and hear. It's like that scene in Wayne's World where they're all like walking back and forth with the glass and stacking the chickens in the crates and the watermelons and stuff. You gotta wonder how that's all gonna pay off at some point. Oh my god, what a great scene. Anyways, yeah, that's what those guys are doing. They're all just stacked on top of each other in the fucking bathroom stall.
Just waiting for their moment.
Yeah. Fuck. I love that movie. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else to say about the game, at least?
Oh,
Really,
I'm just trying to think. Like, the music is nothing special, but it's...
No, it's passable though. It
Yeah.
gives you the sense of action.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it just pumps along. Like, it's the thing that Brian always says. You know, it's like, it didn't get stuck in my head, and it was fairly inoffensive, and, you know, it did what it needed to do.
Yeah,
I
don't
never say it
agree.
like that. I just simply say it was good enough to enjoy, but not bad enough to get stuck in my head.
Well,
It didn't
yeah,
annoy
I
me as much as
paraphrase.
Home Alone's music did. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's you said that word. Now it's back.
Uh-oh.
You're welcome.
There it is.
Yeah, no, it's I like this game overall.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely glad
Yeah, it
that
was
I played it.
Surprisingly good time, I'd say.
All right. Shall we bring this Harrier jump jet in for a landing?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, let's not crash it into anything or melt any windows. I
Oh,
like how they just
absolutely
and I like how he just backs it into that building after that guy that that custodian was cleaning, and he just like backs the ass of this jet.
Yeah.
Like, Brian, you know more about aviation than I think we do. Like, if you back the back end of a jet into a building, like, the jet's gonna crash.
That
right?
jet would
Like,
that jet would not be flying. Like half the shit that happened to it.
yeah.
Not to mention the daughter, when she fell out, would get sucked into the intake probably.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking, like, there's a lot going
Just
on
like
on a
foop,
jet.
right through.
Shout
Yeah.
out
I
though
shit
to
you not. You can look up.
I was just say
Yeah,
shout
you
shout
can look
out
up
to Eliza
videos.
Dushku there, Faith from
Oh,
Buffy,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
who I
Yep.
forgot was in this
what
film.
was she? The cheerleading one, Save the Last Dance, or I don't know. I don't watch cheerleading movies.
I know what you're talking about. That's
Stomp
the
on
weird
it.
thing.
You're doing a really good job of convincing us that you don't.
It's the one with
Just
Kirsten
kidding.
Dunst in it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know. what you
Yeah,
mean.
save
Save the Last
something
Dance?
or
I don't know.
Save the Last
It's
Dance.
him.
Or there's
I
Bring It
don't
On.
know.
That's it.
Maybe
That's
that's
the
it.
one. There you go.
That's
Sam,
the one where
Sam
she's like
knew
a
it.
sassy cheerleader, right? She's like a sassy cheerleader, and she's kind of mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bring It On.
Yeah.
There she is. She's
Yeah,
in
that's
that
the one.
movie. What else is she in?
Buffy.
She's in True Lies. Oh, she's also in The New Guy. That's right. She was a hot girl in The New Guys, and she's
Oh.
in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Jay and
That's where I
Silent
know her
Bob
from.
Strike Back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's one of the like Charlie's Angels types that
Yeah.
they take
That's
over.
Oh,
right.
I know
a little bit.
somebody will like this one. She's a voice in Batman Year One.
That's pretty cool.
And Catwoman. And guess what part she played?
Batman.
Uh,
I have no idea. Probably. I'm not looking into it. Oh, she was in the 2016 Ghostbusters with all those women. So there goes her stock.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen
I
that
didn't
film.
mind that movie, honestly. It was fine.
I never watched it. I watched a trailer and everybody was broken down
I
into
don't get
a stereotype, and I didn't like it
I don't get the outrage. It was fine. Whatever.
because everybody was broken down into a stereotype. You have a banging cast of some of the best comedians, and they were just doing catchphrases for no reason. Anyways,
I guess, yeah.
that's a different conversation when we do Ghostbusters.
Ooh,
But there we are. Planned another episode.
a Ghostbusters game would be fun. Just not the first.
All right,
not the...
should we actually get to wrapping this up because we're like way off.
Yeah, let's do it. Now we're off the rails. We're just like, who's in what movie? Yeah, who's in this movie? We know. All right, let's give our final thoughts. All right, here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna ask you guys to give your final thoughts and give me your favorite Arnie movie. So let's start with Brian.
Oh God. I'll start with the Arnie movie because I'm really into Blade Runner right now.
Ooh,
Fucking
wait,
love that movie.
he's in Blade Runner.
Not Blade Runner. The Running Man. Sorry.
Yes, he is in that.
Running Man. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the original Running Man, not the new one, which is actually a good movie as well if you watch both of them. the original better than the remake, but the remake still holds up on its own. However, let's talk about this game. Let's talk about True Lies, the video game. The top-down twin stick shooter before twin sticks really existed. And I like that it is very well done licensed game, especially in an era where licensed games were just usually phoned in. The levels that do kind of mimic the movie, they're probably the better of the levels in the game, but the levels that don't just tend to feel like they were painted on just to extend the game a little bit. I didn't like the civilians had no sense of self-preservation when you were around them. They would just walk around terrorists, and then you would try to shoot the terrorists, and the next thing you know, you're wiping out a civilian, and there's Tom Arnold like bitching at you. Fuck Tom Arnold for this. Love him and everything else. The weapons were okay. I don't think I used the flamethrower that much, but the shotgun like a shotguns, do the spread shot. The Uzi was just a quick shot, and the pistol was there as your default weapon. The grenade's great, the mine's great, all that kind of stuff is just really works well in the game, and the game works well because every level is kind of a maze you have to get through. So it's not just running through an open field. You actually are weaving your way through, and you'll end up having to backtrack more often than not as you get stuck in the corners. So it does add a little bit of a fun and challenge to the game. The music, we already mentioned the music. I don't think this is going to be like a truly long recap because honestly, my final thoughts on this are I enjoyed this game enough that had I played it back in the day, I probably would have really liked it because like many people did play it back in the day, they really like it. But because I played it today, there's kind of that missing twin stick shooter that it takes it away from me a little bit. But I'm not going to ding it on that because I'm not going to take a game from the 90s and say that you need to be more modern. I would love to see this game remade with modern controls. I think it would just absolutely slap. And maybe focus more on the film and the film locations, especially with today's technology and the Harrier scene around that crane and the building there would be a lot of fun. Overall, I'm going to give this game a good solid 7.5 out of 10.
Wow.
And as I said, Running Man. Running Man is right now my favorite Arnie movie.
Interesting.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Alan?
I'm going to get to my sum up in just a second because while Brian was talking, because for the longest time I've been trying to figure out where I've seen that guy Tom Arnold before, and I think I've just figured it out. Wasn't he the guy that was next to Austin Powers in the toilet when he was fighting number 6?
Yes.
Oh my god, that has been itching at my brain all day. That's right, buddy. You tell that turd who's boss. Sorry, that just it came to me while Brian was talking. I needed to get that out.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff.
I think he was an SNL cast member at some point in the 90s.
He was, yeah.
That's the
married to
only thing
Roseanne for a long time.
Yeah, he was big in the 90s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he disappeared, but I don't think he's like as active as acting anymore.
Well, he was great.
Oh, he was in a movie called Boobs.
He was a great poop cheerleader.
Yeah, he was.
You tell number 2 what to do. You tell that turd what to do.
You tell that turd who's boss. I really enjoyed this game, and I really enjoy this film, and I think the game is actually a pretty good adaptation of the film. Having sort of heard so much about it, it was one of those things where I was kind of like, how good could it be, being that it's sort of a film adaptation, which by and large don't do terribly well. But I'd always see this on best of lists, and it was always very highly spoken of, so I just thought, well, there must be something to it. And yeah, I mean, I will agree that the controls are a bit dated at this point, but for the life of me, back then, I can't see what you could have done that was different. It takes some getting used to, but once you get the hang of it, it's very playable. It's very tough and very unforgiving. And again, it's one of those games with the password system that you're supposed to just like strive to play through a level and then take down your password and then maybe just go and lie down for a bit before you try the next one. There's a good array of weapons. It looks absolutely fantastic. Like, it's bright, it's colorful, all the sprites are big and well defined. You know exactly, you're Arnie, you know who the bad guys are. You don't always know who the civilians are, because I started that chateau literally just plugging everyone and was told off for it. And I was just like, oh, okay, so there are people that I need to actually be paying attention here. It's not just spray and pray. Gotcha. Music is fine. It's very inoffensive. It does the job. I just really like all of the little touches that they've done. You know, like you said, the levels that do adapt straight from the film look fantastic. And, you know, I can understand them needing to put a couple of extra ones in. And, you know, they were interesting and varied enough that I didn't mind them being in there. It was just a weird design choice, but still fun. The little slides between levels and things like that. It's just all of those little touches. It's just so, you know, you guys actually watched this movie and you actually liked it enough to do it justice in video game form. True Lies may not have been the film that I would have chosen to adapt for a video game, but by God, they did a fucking good job with it. So I'm going to agree. Or am I? Oh, I was going to give it a 7.5. No, I think I'm going to stay with 7.5. I'm going to agree with Brian for all the same reasons. You know, it is a... Excuse me. Excuse me. It is a very good game. Very enjoyable. And... Favourite Arnie film? Do you know what? I'm going to take Terminator 2 and Predator and all of that stuff. And Batman and Robin, of course, out of it. One of the greatest films ever made. That's for someone's benefit. I'm going to say Commando, because I have such a huge, huge nostalgic love for that film. Hey Sally, remember when I told you I'd kill you last? I lied. It's just.
That's another thing about True Lies. He yelled out, "Get to the car!"
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
and then he was like,
"Get to the chopper."
Love it. But yeah, good game all round.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I don't know if I can add much more to it. It is like a surprisingly good adaptation in an era or kind of at the tail.
We lost him again.
He's probably still talking.
Did? What the
there
fuck?
He is.
Yeah, you're back.
He
just like literally disappear, like you just blue balling us.
Yeah.
Like everybody else is probably hearing you fine, but my nuts, they're so blue.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Well, anyways, yeah, I just surprisingly good adaptation for you know, in an era, or at least the tail end of an era, where you were getting just like every fucking movie got a video game, whether it was good or not. And this one, you know, you could tell that they did take the care to, you know, at least pay attention to the plot, such as it was. I mean, obviously we talk about, you know, you have to cut out kind of the middle third of the movie that isn't really adaptable for a Sega game unless you want to do a quick time striptease, which, you know, that would be fun. Yeah, I would. And yeah, like the little mini cut frames, those are fun. The game itself, like the gameplay itself, is fun. I think if I had one criticism, which I've said before, you know, the levels do get a little bit long, where you're kind of just like, oh my god, like I got to go through another section of this goddamn park, or you know, there's another section of this, you know, chemical factory for whatever fucking reason. So I think if I could make the game better, I would make the levels a little shorter, but I would put in, you know, like, it's kind of cool that, you know, between the first and second levels, there's a downhill skiing or whatever level where you're like escaping from the chateau. That's pretty fucking cool. You know, we talked about the bridge and flying the Harrier. Like, that's pretty cool. They should have, you know, a way to improve this would be to figure out different ways to mix in some variety a little bit more. But I don't know. That kind of stuff can be a monkey's paw, because you could end up with, you know, shit that doesn't work, and then it kind of harms the game. You know, it doesn't work. So, you know, maybe it is what it is, and it's fine that way. But yeah, surprising. I also never played this before, but would always see it on lists of games that are, you know, kind of hidden gems in that era. You know, certainly like hidden gem on the Genesis. I think, you know, there is a Super Nintendo version. I don't think the games are all that different, but I think the Genesis game is pretty highly regarded. came out in the Game Boy and the Game Gear also. I can't imagine how shitty those were. But yeah, I don't know. Good game. Not my favorite. I'm not gonna rate it as high as you guys. Just because I just didn't. I struggled to get through, these long levels, and then you finally make it to the end, and then there's a fucking boss or whatever that'll kick your ass, and then you're back to the beginning. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think a 7 is pretty fair, and that's not to say that it's a bad game. It's above average.
Well, a 7's a good score. 7's a B.
Yeah, that's about right.
7's a it's a
so
B or C. Yeah, it's above average.
Of course, you're not saying it's a bad game. It's like you're saying a B's a bad mark in school. Like, you still get the degree. What's your saying? C's gets degrees?
C's get degrees, yeah. Yeah, it's
good enough for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, Sam, are you saying that this game could have benefited from perhaps a horse riding level where you jump buildings?
Oh, God, that would have been...
Oh,
dude, that would have been so cool. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. If you had the goddamn Harrier level, why didn't you have the horse riding level?
Yeah,
the horse would have been the game.
That would have made the park level way better.
Yeah, just shorten the park level and add the horse. There you go.
A quick time tango.
I got some for you guys.
Go on.
Yeah, quick time.
Did Sam tell us his favorite movie?
I didn't yet.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
no, come on, let's go. Go. No.
I think I will also disqualify the Terminator 1 and 2, Predator. Those are gimmies. I'm gonna go with Total Recall.
Oh, nice.
That was my number 2. That was like my 1B.
God, that movie is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh God, it is so good. All right, I got something for you guys.
All right, go ahead.
I got Arnie's IMDb page up here. I'm gonna throw some movies out at you, and just give them a tier, S through F.
All right.
Start with Conan the Barbarian.
Ooh, I don't know if I've ever seen it.
I'm gonna give that an A.
Yeah, that is definitely an A. It's not his best, but it's all one of his earliest, 1982.
Yeah. I mean, that's prime
Conan.
I mean, that's just prime like bodybuilding Arnie.
Oh, for sure.
Just getting into acting at that point. So like he is just like peak physical condition.
I hear he actually had to lose body mass to actually hold the sword.
I believe
that's how big he was.
Yeah. Just oiled up.
Yeah.
Just glorious piece of man meat.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm
down.
All right. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. Like,
you're talking to your own
full staff.
Yeah, talking to your own wiener.
Okay, next one. Terminator.
Oh, S
tier.
All right. Red Sonja.
That movie sucks.
What is that? Red Sonja?
Not one of his best.
Yeah.
I'll give it a D.
D tier? I don't know. I didn't even heard of it. All right.
Commando.
Oh, S.
Predator.
S.
Oh, that's another S tier. Yeah.
Oh, Predator is S tier. If you say anything bad about Predator and Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, Jesse Ventura. You got what's this? God damn. Carl Weathers. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking great movie.
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
All right, we know the Running Man is S tier. I'm not going to let you guys have a moment on that one. How about Twins? Which, by the way, came out before Total Recall.
That's a nice, fun B tier, I think. That's
I'll give it a...
That's Arnie being goofy.
Yeah, definitely
B
good.
plus.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to go a little bit quick on here. No explanation for these ones, so just nail it off. Total Recall?
That's an S for me.
Yeah, I'll give it an S.
I just like weird shit.
Kindergarten Cop?
A.
I'd argue a B.
Really? I would give Kindergarten Cop an S tier because I found it very entertaining and very hilarious.
It is
not
not
a good
a
film.
tumor.
It's not a tumor.
All right, here's the big one. You gave Terminator an S tier. Do you think Terminator 2 is a double S tier?
Yes.
Yeah, there's something.
Yes, Terminator 2
that is a league on its own.
Yes.
All right. Let's see what else we got. Holy crap! Last Action Hero.
I'll give that an
A.
Ooh. I'm tempted to give it an A, but just because it knows how dumb it is.
Yeah, I think that's where I'd go with that one as well. Like the part of the movie there where he's like he has to get him back into the movie because he was shot, and that way it's only like a flesh wound.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah. True Lies, are you going to call it an S tier, or are you going to knock it down to the level?
True Lies is an A tier, but it is a fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely an A tier. Now, here's one for you. Junior.
I'll give that... It's another one with DeVito, isn't it? So that gives it a bump.
I don't remember. That's the one where he's pregnant. Yeah, DeVito's the doctor.
God, that's
I'll give it
weird.
I'll give it a B because the concept kind of doesn't land for me. It's kind of a bit dated now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny at the time, like 90s funny, but yeah, you're right. Nowadays, it would be political.
Probably wouldn't.
You know what? I might even knock it down to a C.
Maybe.
All right, I'm just going to wrap this up with the last couple. Eraser, one of his better ones, in my opinion. I'll
give that an A.
Yeah,
that's probably because I need a rewatch.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
sure. I'll go with you guys.
And of course, I'm going to end it off by not going all the way into his entire catalog with the last two movies, Jingle All the Way, which I think is an S tier.
It gets the Christmas bump.
Yeah,
it's a staple every year. I'll give it a low S, just simply because you have to watch that at Christmas.
Yep.
It has Phil Hartman. I love
Phil Hartman is the best.
And he eats every scene he's in.
And finally, Batman and Robin. And I want honest opinions about Batman and Robin.
I have honest opinions about Batman and Robin. It depends on how you look at it. Batman and Robin is an absolutely S tier remake of the Adam West Batman films. If that's what you're looking for, it's S tier. No. Otherwise, yeah, that film is fucking awful.
I would give it minimum an A, and I'd give it an S tier because Chris O'Donnell's line, "Holy Rust, Batman," just fucking nails it.
People don't realize that it is a remake of the 60s.
It's made out of metal. It's full of rust and holes.
Yeah.
I gotta give that a watch. That's been a long time.
I'll give it an A simply because.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to end there because I could keep on going.
We could. But people have already stopped listening.
The movies
now.
They start becoming diminishing returns because he has a great career, but as soon as you hit the Expendables, you're kind of on the downslope.
That's not a good movie. I just like how
so bad.
I just like how for a while there, it's like he kind of flipped to that suburban dad type, like where he's just kind of, in the.
He's gone again.
I wouldn't say that.
He keeps disappearing.
We're just fill in the blanks.
Did I disappear again? Come on, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. Just like, do you have any like jacked Austrian neighbors? Like, it's just such a weird like.
just mild mannered. Can't even remember what his name is.
So
in Jingle All the Way.
So out of place. Yeah.
God, I can't believe, boys, we finally got to True Lies. It's been almost 10 weeks since we were going to do it last, and we had to cut it because of, I don't remember what happened, but we had to put Final Fantasy VII Remake backlog episode in there.
Oh, I was super sick at the time. I think that's what it was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that was it, yeah.
So thanks.
We finally got to it. This one's for you, Randy.
We did it.
We do. We did. Oh, good times.
All right.
So if anybody's wondering, Randy's our Make-A-Wish kid.
My God, don't say that.
But no, Randy, he is half of the host of Read, Watch, Play podcast, and he was the one who suggested this game, and he is a huge fan. So hopefully you enjoyed the episode. And if not,
he is a lover of True Lies for sure. Yeah, that is
Yeah, go check out Read, Play, Watch. I love that.
Read, watch, play.
Read, watch, play. Yeah, fuck, I always get that backwards.
Play, watch, read.
Just start typing words into like the search bar there, and eventually they'll get it.
You'll find it. Or he'll find you.
He'll find you.
Yeah. Randy's everywhere.
All right. Well, if you've listened this long, thank you. As we've probably said in the top, in the intro, which I will be doing this week. That's fun. You can find us at linktree/Retrotopia. Find us on the Discord, the Patreon, the merch store. Do all of it. It's fun. It helps. And we love you all. Until next time.
Get to the car.
Hi there everyone. We here at Retrotopia couldn't do what we do without the support of our Patreons. And to that effect, we would like to shout out the heroes at our hero tier. So a huge Retrotopia thank you from all of the hosts here to Guy Who Does Things, Joe Frigger, Shadowblaze511, Dan Torma, Brian Heng, Sharkbite, Brian Spritzer, Ovindley, Shane's World, Brother Retro, H, Raging Demon, Old Man Gamer, Game Genius, Dylan Jacobson, The Big Deal, Mr. Blobbert Blobbertstein, King Hooli III, Calin Higas, Radmac, Fallen Snow Kiku, Stud Still Smash, Sergeant Ombre, Big Brown Dog, Jack Datchler, Unbuckled Cape, Wildcard, Super Dave, Sir Bustsalot, Big Kid 782, David Hendley, Chris Kaplane, J Nasty 15, Because 19, Randy Berridge, Makeshift Money, and Andrew Wright. So thanks as always for your support, guys. It truly means the world to us and means we can keep doing this little thing that we love so much. Game on.